go. Request your faves, let's start the flow. Raise on the air, the mic's in hand. Get your tunes on demand. Dial that number, make your call. Your choice, your voice, we'll play them all. Feel the vibe, feel the beat. Raise flavors, taste so sweet. Raise flash, request on the air. Turn it up without a care. Your songs unite, you say, raise flowers all the way. From pop to rock and in between, we'll play your hits, your music dream. Ray's got the jams, it's your time. Make your request, let's shine. Time to share what you love. Ray's got your tune, push and shove. Your request, your pick. Ray's on the mic, make it quick. Ray's flash, request on the air. Turn it up without a care. Your songs unite, you say, raise flowers all the way. We'll play your hits, your music dream. Ray's got the jams, it's your time. Make your request, let's raise flowers, request on the air. Turn it up without a care. Your songs unite, you say, raise flowers all the way. All the way. Raise flowers all the way. All the way. To rock and in between, we'll play your hits, your music dream. Ray's got the jams, it's your time. Make your request, let's shine. All the way. Raise flowers all the way. All the way. Show. It's time to go. Request your phase, let's start the flow. Raise on the air, the mic's in hand. Get your tunes on demand. Dial that number, make a call. Your choice, your voice, we'll play them all. Feel the vibe, feel the beat. Raise flavors, taste so sweet. Raise flowers, request on the air. Turn it up without a care. Your songs, your night, your say. Raise flowers all the way. From pop to rock and in between, we'll play your hits, your music dream. Ray's got the jams, it's your time. Make your request, let's shine. Time to share what you love. Ray's got your tune, push and shove. Your request, your pick. Raise on the mic, make it quick. Raise flowers, request on the air. Turn it up without a care. Your songs, your night, your say. Raise flowers all the way.
What is up, YouTube, and welcome to the Race Plays Radio Show. This is going to be another amazing night on the Race Slaves Radio Show, and exclusive as always. The bands I get, you probably never seen, never heard of. Like these bands are so amazing and unique, they blow your freaking mind. In studio today, of course, Mystic Fridge, which is an amazing band from San Luis Obispo. Wait till you hear. If you haven't heard, I've been teasing a little bit on social, not too much, a little bit on threads here and there, but wait till you hear this band. Wait till you meet the man behind the band and the whole story, the whole thing. You know, the San Luis Obispo thing is blowing up. We're starting to meet bands out there. We met Shelby Knight out there. There's a bunch of that whole, not even just San Luis Obispo, that whole middle before you get to San Francisco. I don't know if I think it's before you get to San Francisco, in between San Francisco and Santa Barbara area. That whole area is starting to blow up with different hip hop artists and now we're getting into the bands, which is, that's my expertise. I played in bands for years, so played in bands since I was 16 years old. So that's my forte. So I'm really looking forward to getting into this band. But it's an amazing band. The Raise Flames Radio Show has these unique individuals because the show is all about passion. Whether you're an artist, whether you're a painter, whether you're a musician, a freaking golfer, a freaking businessman that does things differently, you have a passion. That's what the show's all about. We're gonna listen to your passion, what it is, find out why it is you do what you do. This band is just our forte. They are made to be on this show. Just imagine, let's think about the 60s, right? You live in the 60s, you got the Beatles, right? And then, the Beatles, they go in the Harisha Maganda, but they're smoking the ganja, they're taking the acid, and then eventually the 69, and then Janis Joplin passes away, Jimi Hendrix passes away, everybody's all tripping, and then the 70s comes around, and everybody's like, oh, what do we do? Now we're smoking, now we're snorting things, but everything's getting different, right? Everybody knows what to do in the 70s. You got Bob Marley hanging out, you got Jim Morrison's already passed away, unfortunately. David Bowie's coming around with some crazy stuff, the gothic stuff. You start getting some nobody knows what to do, right? All you got is James Taylor. but Paul McCartney doesn't know what to do. Ringo Starr is hanging out. Paul McCartney started to get into different stuff. Everybody starts getting into disco. So everybody goes hard in disco. Rolling Stones goes hard in disco. Rod Stewart goes hard on disco. Paul McCartney starts to dabble, but can you imagine if Paul McCartney went hard, just kept going, just got so into disco, never stopped, went in that direction, never stopped, and that's what you have right here. Imagine Paul McCartney gets into disco, never stops, and my friends, what you have, if that happens, is Mystic Fridge. You wait till if you don't believe me, let me show you what I'm talking about. Hold on, let's pull it up for you. Whoops. Me. Tell me if you can hear this. Woo! The new single from Mystic's Fridge. It's called Confetti on the Raise Flames Radio Show. Hey, Polish! We are on YouTube, my friends. We're on YouTube. I probably said Twitch 1,000 times. Maybe Ramon, is that what I did? Let me know. I have so many shows I can't keep track. YouTube. I am the bag of new confetti at midnight waiting to drop. The dandelion wars that it has never known. By the way, all the music we're playing tonight, copywritten by Mystic Fridge, cannot be reproduced or used without the correct permission from YouTube. And Mystic Fridge. Nope, as long as the band is with me and they allow it, I should be good. We'll find out. A bag of new confetti. A bag Maybe we'll go. Yeah. That's good. Let me know. Let me know if it crashes. Because I'm digging this. Ladies and gentlemen, Mystic Fridge, holy moly. Welcome to the show, Cooper from Mystic Fridge. What is up, my man?
What is up? I'm so excited to be here. I'm having a great time. So is the kitty here.
I'm excited the cat's here. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, it's crazy. His name's Fridge too, oddly enough. And it wasn't a name that my partner gave him. He came with that name, so it's a weird coincidence.
He came with the name Fridge?
Yeah, it's like a crazy coincidence. A contractor found it by a dumpster, and he's the sweetest kitty. But yeah, he's like the official mascot now.
Oh, that's awesome! And you already had the band going when he came around, right?
Yeah. He didn't come around till about maybe a month or two ago.
Nice. That's freaking awesome. Well, welcome in, Cooper, guys. Fire in the chat for Cooper. Mystic Fridge is with us tonight. The full band, vocals, Cooper is you. Are you writing most of the songs, Cooper?
Oh yeah, everything was me on the first album, and then on this new single, lyrics and the main composition are me. But my bass player contributed awesome bass riffs, and then his wife Liz on the trumpet.
Oh, that's his wife.
But yeah, call me. Yeah. My bandmates are married, which can cause there's a saying, don't have people dating in a band, but I have a husband and wife, so I'm already there. So we're all best buds. So.
Yeah, you can have some broken drums over there one night. You never know what you're gonna get.
No. And then we have our drummer Anthony, who's a great guy.
Anthony's the drummer?
He's a stereotypical drummer. Yeah. Stereotypical drummer in he's in 4 bands, you know.
Oh yeah, he plays with Pro Jam on the side too. It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
No. So Sterling on bass, Liz on all kinds of instruments. She plays keys, she plays violin, she plays trumpet. I seen her playing some bananas the other day.
Yeah, she plays the banana. She'll play any fruit upon request, really.
That's awesome.
Anything that you can hook up anything you can hook that machine up to.
That's crazy. Holy moly. Kitty's in the chat. Kitty's in the chat. Put him in the cat. Kitty's here. Mystic Fridge is the band. Cooper is the singer. Fridge is the cat in his arms. And this is the Race Plays Radio Show. You guys did a song with... We've had Shelby Knight on the show twice. Yeah. Once virtually like this and actually in the studio. You know Shelby Knight. You met her.
Yeah. I do. I met her at the Spicy Singer. Everybody should go check it out. It's this up and coming kind of a reality show. Think like Hot Ones meets American Idol, where you take hot sauce and then you have to sing a karaoke song, basically. And Shelby was one of the judges when I went. And I mean, spoiler alert, the spice did not take well to me, and I bombed so hard, but it was very fun. And everyone did a really great job. Shelby was a great judge. She was very, very nice. And ever since, we have mutuals up here in San Luis Obispo, so she's in the community, and I've chatted with her a few times. Hopefully we'll hang out with her at some point. But yeah, I found out about you from your interview with her.
Nice. It's what's the show called? Spice Ones?
Oh, sorry, the Spicy Singer.
The Spicy Singer. It's a brutal show. I've seen the show. Basically what happens is the host knows that all these guys are musicians. He invites them to the show on stage to perform their songs or whatever song they want. But in the meantime, they open a box or something like that. They give them the hot chili, and then they eat the hot chili and try to sing the song that they normally sing, no problem. And some of them get through it, and some of them don't. And Shelby had a really brutal show. She was like upchucking in the back, and it was really bad for her.
think she told you she went to the hospital. I actually ended up going to an urgent care.
You did too
that week. It made the back of my mouth raw, and then I got an infection, and then I got an abscess in my tonsil.
Jesus, what kind of hot chili are they giving you guys?
I probably shouldn't say because I think I figured out which hot sauce it was, but they give you a syringe, and when you shoot it, it can go to the back of your throat and just like hit you back there. Most people took it completely fine. I will say, very professional show. Like they had someone check up on you afterwards. We signed waivers. They gave us milk and like very, very professional production. Like I knew exactly what I was signing up for. So even though I had that experience, most people didn't, and like it was a once in a lifetime thing. Like I will never do it again, but I will have done it once. I will be able to say I've done it once.
You made it through.
Spoiler alert: I bombed very hard. I sang No Scrubs, and I did a horrible job.
Because you sing that song. I've seen you sing that song, No Scrubs, and you do a fantastic job. Your whole band does an amazing job in that song.
It's a fan favorite for sure. We like shaking up songs people kind of maybe have forgotten about and doing like that's a classic. So it's nice to put my spin on it.
That was a huge show. Exactly. Let me grab your Instagram and make sure that everybody has your Instagram. Copy that.
Yeah, it's Mystic Fridge Music, all one word.
There it is. Cool. I put that in the chat for you guys. His Instagram right there, Mystic Fridge. You'll be able to see him do the No Scrubs song. Did you guys end up recording a song with Shelby? Did she shoot some backing vocals or something like that?
No, I actually on my first album, it's my friend Shelby.
Another
different Shelby than Shelby.
Apparently
all Shelbys are really good singers and really great people. But yeah, this is a different Shelby. She's in like nature preservation, so her and her partner moved up north, so she's no longer in the band. But spoiler, we do actually have on the next track coming out, we will probably have our new lady vocalist doing backup. So that's going to be the exciting drop. But yeah, no, different Shelby. But I would love to work with Shelby at some point.
Oh, she's amazing. She's amazing. Is your guess as legends intentionally fuzzy filtered? I'm getting a slight echo on it. You're getting an echo? Huh. Let me see. Hold on a second.
Do you need me to
sounds good headphones? To me. Yeah, try headphones, but it sounds good to me. But it could be going out with the headphones.
Maybe we go a little bit longer. If you hear it again, I'll put on the headphones.
What about your... I don't know why your camera's fuzzy. It might just be the
I just have a crappy Dell camera.
All right, cool. That's no problem. That's no problem. As long as we can hear you. Crazy. So it's a different Shelby. And is the old Shelby gonna come back, or is it you got a new vocalist?
We have a new vocalist coming. Shelby is, we love her. She's moved on to doing nature preservation stuff, so she's moving.
She's in
Portland soon, so. Oh yeah. She's up in NorCal. She was in Sonora, and she's moving there. But anyway,
nice.
The new vocalist, I'm very excited to have that debut. But she has this beautiful kind of think like indie bedroom pop vocalist, like a soft vocalist, so her voice is going to really mesh with mine in a nice way.
Sweet, that's awesome, dude. So you've got this new release, Confetti, super beautifully produced. All your stuff is good, and we'll listen to more from the old album. Is this going to be part of a larger album, or are we dropping singles here and there until we get the full album?
Yeah, basically, I think the strat now that most people use is you release like 3 or 4 songs from the album, and then you drop the album. And I know some people like to just have it all at once, but that's kind of the way things are done now. I've noticed. Oh, we got Kitty playing with my ear.
Uh-oh. She's going crazy.
Yeah, he's awesome. This is definitely taking the band in like a new upbeat direction. Like you said, we're kind of diving into the funk disco for this song, but actually we're going to slowly kind of dive into lots of other genres. I have something I'm working on that has like a weird Euro beat. We've got stuff that kind of goes into like the still woozy bedroom pop kind of vibe, like a little bit of the 808, like throwing in some electronic stuff in there, trying to dive into like the mist. So yeah, it's going to be really fun. This single in particular, I didn't expect it to do this well. I'm like looking at the numbers right now. We're hitting a week tomorrow, and I've done very little promotion for this, and it's already reaching like 3,000 listens. Like I'm blown away. Like people really like this, and I'm so honored. So like it's fun talking to you because I'm just like having a great week while also going through a spine surgery at the same time.
You were telling me you were like laid out the other day when I was talking to you.
Yeah.
Crazy.
No, while I'm on this call, I'm looking up Oxycontin side effects because for Twitch I am prescribed, so I'm all set. But I'm looking up side effects because I'm like, am I going to be loopy on this call? Like,
you might want to take more. You sound fantastic. This is good.
Yeah, this maybe. I've heard like you were talking to Paul McCartney. Maybe he did his best work on prescribed oxy. We never know. No.
I don't want to promote. We're just joking, kids. Don't never do that. But that's funny, dude.
It's prescribed from a doctor.
Yes, he has major back surgery. That's why he's on it. It's a prescription. So crazy. Right. But the new song, Funky Guitar. It sounds like Four on the Floor. If it's been a while. Funky disco type drumming, right? It's like a mixture. It's like if you took like Fish and Grateful Dead and mixed in some disco to it or something. That's how I kind of describe it.
I love hearing people's like interpretations of what it is. Basically, how this got crafted is I had the riff, and it's just a very simple 3-chord riff with a transitionary chord kind of taking it down. That's kind of the whole keep it sweet, keep it simple vibe. Yeah. But then we had Griffin, my producer, Griffin Brashears.
That name keeps coming up.
Great friend of mine.
That boy better come on the show.
He's a great friend of mine. Like I think he's a genius, to be honest. His mind towards music is crazy. But basically, a lot of the production you'll hear, the saturation comes from. He had a new Tube Screamer it was basically a VST of a simulating the iconic Ibanez Tube Screamer. So that's where a lot of the flavor comes in with the song to give it that kind of vintage feel. Because my whole thing is, instead of keeping it too clean, we have a little bit of that saturation in there to kind of help make it feel gritty and add a little, like, kind of mess it up a little bit, on purpose.
Wow.
And then the drums, honestly, on this song are stems. So we don't have Anthony on the physical drums on this one, but the stems we found for this one fit perfectly. So we just decided to go with it. Like, we were going to replace them, but they just sounded so good, we just kept them.
Hell yeah. Sick. It's sick.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Why the name Confetti?
Well, so a lot of my music is surrealist, so a lot of it is like very visual and like
nice.
Kind of open to like several listens. So this song is honestly just a happy-go-lucky, like sexy, like really being really into somebody kind of song. Because my last album, I was dealing with a lot of things, and this felt like a good transitionary song to go into the new era of like, let's just have fun for a sec. And so like feeling like confetti that's about to explode is just like how I felt when like you're out dancing with friends, or you're hanging out with your friend group, and there's a new friend that like sparks something in you, and you feel kind of those fuzzy feelings and just feeling like you're gonna burst with your just like attraction to this person. So it's a very lighthearted song. It's not that deep, but
I love that.
Just that like that New Year's like the bags are about to drop the confetti. Like my visual was in San Luis Obispo. There's a place called Bang the Drum, and I've gone to their New Year's party a couple times, and they dropped they dropped it at the end, and it's so fun. So
nice.
I mean, yeah, it's just keeping it simple.
yeah, you super kept it simple, and that always works, and it's working here. But I love the description of, because you're placing a beautiful image of things happening, of confetti falling down, of all this, honoring a person that you just met and you just love their vibe, and that takes us into our next song. Let's listen to Good Vibes. And by the way, my producer is saying we will probably get banned for playing the whole song, so I'm going to go half on this one.
Oh, really? I wish I could just give you permission to listen to all of them.
It should be okay. We'll find out. I'll check my emails later.
Sacramento heat into a casket bed, you rest 6 feet under, and I can feel it in my bones. Hit the graveyard, then I'm off. So shout, son, you gotta let me out. Shoot those rays through my windows.
Damn, I know that.
Simply put, you rest while moving past the past. Crystal ball, forecasting in your language.
All right, I don't want to get crazy. Holy moly, I love that song. Is it the bass that's doing that? Damn, dude. That takes me back to like when I was a kid in high school, and we were still listening to. We were in a punk rock band, so we're in the punk rock scene, but we're listening to songs like The Cure, like Morrissey, and getting all these influences to try to like take our punk rock to whatever edge we wanted to take it to. And this has that feel that it makes me feel young again, like that, being at the club and playing and those kind of sounds they're, I don't know, dude. When I hear them, it takes me back to an era like the 94 or 95 when we're just coming out of the 80s, and we're all kids of skating and listening to all the Morrissey stuff and the Cure stuff, and going back into punk rock when Nirvana's like kicking our butt going that way too, and we're punk rocked out. You've got that Morrissey kind of voice, that lick is sick like the Cure, all that stuff's happening, very unique for this time, so it's awesome.
Thank you, man. I it's an honor to be compared to like the Cure and like the Smiths, all that, like the new wave era of the 80s. Like you're talking to a guy who has a Talking Heads record right here on the wall.
Oh, no way, dude. Hell yeah.
Like Talking Heads, the Cure. You hit the nail on the head there. That tab in that song is actually what linked me with Griffin Brashears, who produced this new song. Is he became a fan. He found that song and he was like, I got to know this guy. So we instantly hit it off, and we're like best buds now. And that's like, that song kind of kicked this off for me. So I'm actually really thankful that you said that. That's very kind. I really, that song was written years ago and then got kind of revitalized.
Wow. No, I'm thankful as well, dude, because I'm listening to you guys on Spotify. And what's cool about, if you go listen to Mystic Fridge on Spotify, what was good for me personally is that I was listening to all your songs, and you know how cool Spotify is? It'll play songs similar. Like, so I got into this like funk. All of a sudden they start playing this funk but your style, like, because I know funk. I've been playing funk I was a funk band, played for many years, but I know hard funk, P-funk, all the stuff. But your funk is like this different mode. It's like this different, and I didn't know it existed like that. So I start hearing all these funk bands with these cool lyrics on top, with these cool singers on top. We know the James. Get that. The band, we know that funk, but this is different. It's a different scene, and it's out there, I guess, because you're the first band that I heard of it, and all of a sudden, all these bands are popping up on my spot. I'm like, this is sick. I'm addicted now. I get the psychedelic, I get the funk, I get the 80s all in one shot. It's amazing.
Yeah, I think what you're seeing is a lot of younger people just taking flavors of all these sounds they like and taking it into a modern bedroom pop like era where everyone can make songs in their bedroom. So you're kind of hearing, I think, all that kind of mixing together. A lot of I've noticed a lot of people that like our music tend to be more in like Oregonian mindset, like Oregon style, where it's like I think on Spotify they call it lorem, but there's like this weird in between genre. Yeah, LOREM. It's a pretty popular section, like it's like a genre in Spotify, and there's a lot of weird artists. Basically, it's just artists that don't fit well into other genres, so they just kind of call it lorem. I don't know if the name will stick, but I think a lot of what you'll find there you'll really like because
and is a lot of these coming out of Oregon?
I think a lot of I don't know where it's coming from all over. It can come from the Midwest, California, Oregon, Washington. But like honestly, I think it's just like the people I meet, like the culture of Oregon, like tends to like this type of music more. I've noticed. So it's just like an observation I've made. It's a like I said, it kind of dives into that. It's not quite funk, but it's not quite pop. It's not quite indie rock per se or alt rock. So we're, genres are confusing anyway, because you can go in the indie, in an indie playlist and you'll see like Lord and you'll be like, that's not indie.
Yeah. No, I know what you're getting at though, because
the genre boxes.
That's what was cool about it's not any of those things, but it is all of those things. So I get to just turn it on and not think. I'm like, dude, I got my Jerry Garcia there. I've got my funk there. I've got I'm good. I just leave it on and I'm driving in the car. We're not having to switch it all over because that's all I love. I had my air. I played in so many. I played in hippie bands. I played in funk bands. I played in salsa at the end. So I love it all. So dude, I had my whole psychedelic. I mean, we used to watch The Doors like 40 times on vitamins. And so I had my whole 90s 60s thing there. So I love that stuff. So this was exciting to me, hearing all this.
Of the people, right? Music of I call it's music of the people. That's like kind of my whole thing. Is like I love to whatever I make, I want to make sure it's stuff that feels like I mean, people talk about this all the time, but like feels real to me and feels like it's not trying to be like an idealized version of myself. I just want to kind of give it raw, give it these flavors unapologetically and just kind of experiment with it and kind of put it out there and just see what people think. But it's gone well so far. Yeah.
Amazing. Let's go into now like how you as a person, how this starts, like being a kid. What was the music scene like? Are you from San Luis Obispo, born and raised?
I can start from the beginning. So a couple billion years ago, no, just kidding. I grew up in Templeton, which is the small town in North County of San Luis Obispo, and I honestly grew up in a pretty sheltered environment. I have great parents, but like I was pretty sheltered into this like very specific like homeschool Christian co-op like environment. And I had a lot of anxiety issues. Like ever since I was 2 years old, I would have very big anxiety problems, like even as a baby.
Sure.
So music was like a way for me to kind of escape that and enter this other mode. Like think like, early days of iTunes, watching the visualizer, trying to fall asleep and get the demons away. And starting with like barely any influences, like all they would play is either Christian rock or they would play like Enya. Remember Enya?
Yeah,
or like
super operatic.
Like, yeah, I love that kind of shit. Enya, I'm sorry, I don't know if we can cuss. But,
well, it's a family show, but there are hip hop artists that come on the show.
Sorry about that. Enya. Lots of stuff like that. But basically, my love kind of grew first through, there was this movement in the 2000s for like Christian rock. And so as I left religion in my 20s and kind of found myself out and about, like going up north and living on my own near Sacramento for a while. I started actually diving into a lot of the music I'd been missing. I was watching a lot of movies I'd never seen because I wasn't allowed to. I was playing video games that I wasn't allowed to. I was listening to, you know, all these 80s artists, starting with like Devo, which kind of blew my mind.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Devo blew my mind, and so like that was kind of what made me realize, oh, I want to be weird. Like I want to, because I was always messing around with GarageBand and very casually. Like I didn't even know how to put chords together, and so I always played guitar. But then let's see. So fast forward to about so to 2023. It was near New Year's, and my resolution was, you know what? I keep thinking about, I have all these songs I keep writing, and they don't go anywhere. I put them on SoundCloud or whatever, but like they're very aimless. I'm not really focusing on the lyrics or anything like that. And I realized I wanted to make a resolution to finish an album in that year. So without knowing anything about production, I wasn't even watching YouTube videos, frankly. I was lazy. And I had just got on medication that changed my life. I started taking these SSRIs that really like changed my life, and I was able to be super productive with music.
What is that for? Is that like an anxiety medicine?
Anxiety, depression, yeah.
Okay.
I had this mental block. I couldn't finish any of my songs because I was just so depressed, and like I have so much sympathy for people who have the mental state I was in, and the good news is there's hope at the end of the, at the end of it, if you find the right ways to cope with it, whether it be medication or therapy or dealing with your childhood, whatever. But
yeah, number one, finding therapists that are professionals, that are licensed professionals to help you, whether it's cognitive therapy, hypnotherapy, if need be, medications, but given by a professional, by the way, and because so many people deal with anxiety. I deal with it. I have friends that deal with it. You've dealt with it, and for you, medication was the solution for you.
It's different for everybody. It's about finding what works for you and not being ashamed of what you need, and finding people in your life who will support what you need. But anyway, 2023, I start feeling better. I put together this album because I met. It's really funny, actually. I was in a date I went on, which was Shelby, not Shelby Knight, the other Shelby. I went on a date, didn't work out, but I knew she had a really great voice. So like a couple months later, I hit her up and I was like, hey, like, can we just hang and make music? And we instantly hit it off as friends.
She didn't think this is the crazy guy that I tried to not date the second time, and he calls me out of nowhere.
Yeah, he's like, is this it? Is this his one-liner? Like, what's going on?
He's trying to get a second date out of me? What's going on over here?
I mean, that's actually a new strat a lot of people are using, is ask to make an album with them. That's how.
A full-length album. Like, hey, so what's your sign, and can we make a full-length album?
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm an Aries, and my influences are Devo. No,
it's crazy, dude. But it worked out. She loved you. You're a great guy. Who doesn't love you? Everybody that meets you loves you. Liz meets you, wants to, and she agrees. She goes to the recording studio with you.
Anyway, So actually, first it started with Shelby. So we actually recorded this all here in this room with this mic, the Shure SM7B, which is famous. This line was famous for recording Thriller. Yeah, famous for recording Thriller back in the day.
Oh, nice.
So it kind of started there. We pushed out an album. It was just us two. We did some shows, and then it kind of felt like, is this going anywhere? I don't know. Will I have a full band? I don't know. And then basically, the end of last year, I'm at work, and my coworker Sterling comes up to me and says, he's a software developer at work, and he says, hey, I heard your music, let's jam sometime. So I come over, and I find out him and Liz are like musical geniuses, and we hit it off, and we decided to play shows together. So like we have, like I said, Liz doing the diversity of the keys and the trumpet and the violin like opens up a lot for this next album. Sterling's bass, like when we recorded, he only had to do his takes twice. He did it like all the way through like perfectly. So just it all kind of fell together this year, and then we have a bunch in the pipeline, but this single was the first one that kind of just felt right to like spark it all, you know?
Wow, crazy.
That's the background.
Let me show.
I could talk about lyrics all day, but
let me show.
I know
let
we
me
don't have
just
all
give
day.
them a picture of Sterling. What Sterling looks like. Let me show you guys what Sterling looks like on the bass. Sick bass player.
He's got the mono neon.
Yep. Sick modern neon bass play right there. Let's show Liz playing the. I want to get to Liz playing the bananas. Where's that? There it is, right there.
That's one of the top real.
Is this what happens when you're a software developer and a musician at the same time? Is this the shenanigans that goes on? You figure out how to play banana piano?
Well, you know, it's great for socials. What can I say? And you know, potassium's good for everybody. So like. I see no sides here. We want to figure out how to incorporate it into the live show. Like, how dope would it be if we just like brought it out for one song, just had some hanging like oranges or like every fruit, and just like hit them like a triangle.
Oh hell yeah! You just got to make sure you have every single one. It looked like she had about 8 of them there.
Yeah. It's a cool little device. It's like $15. It's like a little kit kids can buy, and you can hook them up to anything that can conduct electricity.
It looks like a Raspberry Pi or something like that.
It's just a little circuit board, really simple circuit board. But yeah, you could do it with a Raspberry Pi too.
Oh, that's crazy! I gotta see if my son can figure that out. That's insane. So before 2023, you're messing around with the guitar, you're fiddling with certain songs, maybe some lyrics, maybe some licks. But then 2023 comes around, you decide to get serious about this. You make a New Year's resolution, I'm going to make an album. Fate comes around, you have a date with your future violinist / organist, and then Sterling, the freaking guy in software development down the aisle, happens to play bass. Nobody knows this, even at the cake party, and all of a sudden he comes over and he tells you, I want to jam with you. And Sterling's a sick bass player, brings that freaking sick new wave and funk. That's where it comes from, is Sterling, that funk and that new wave. Those two things come from that bass, and then your songwriting layered on top of that, right?
Yeah, I think what it is just my main like advice for people is like a lot of a song is just like shaving away everything that isn't essential. Like I kind of boil it down to the basic structure and then seeing like what is actually necessary to keep. I think a lot of people flood the groove too much, or they flood things a bit because they get excited, but like that you have to kind of believe in the groove and trust the groove, and that's kind of been my guiding light here on the future music that you'll hear in the next couple months.
That makes total sense. Do you find that easier to do when you have like a 3-piece as opposed to like a 7-piece, and you got all these things going on? That's kind of the thing I've seen, where something's really tight with the 3 or the 4, and then you start adding in like a timbalero and a conguero like me, and then one B Hammond organ, one grand piano on stage, and 2 drummers, and it just gets so mixed up. Do you find it easier with just keeping it small like that?
I mean, everybody's different, right? I mean, for me, as someone who's just starting out, like this year has been my first year playing with a drummer. So like, I got to start simple. You got to build that foundation. Maybe we can get to that point where we have a trumpet and a saxophone. We have a cello and a bass. We have a vibraphone. We add like a lot of weird instruments that are fun to do live, because like the whole thing is making the show a lot fun. But like, I think what it is for most people, like we could talk about this all day. Like I love talking about art, but like I think what a lot of people become hesitant about when they don't even start or finish making something like this is that you got to be kind to yourself and just know that you got to start like simple. Like, and that's what I'm doing. I'm starting simple. I started off just using Logic Pro by myself without watching any tutorials. And then I made that album, and now I'm actually working with a producer. I've got a band. I think it's just working with what you have and getting inspired, listening to like a diversity of artists, and just getting like, or movies, whatever you're into, and just getting inspired and making something. Like, so many people are worried about what other people think. They're worried about like their own insecurities with themselves. But what's great about music is it makes you face those things in a weird way that like a lot of other art doesn't. Like, you make a painting and it's done and it sits there. But when you make music, a lot of it, not to poo-poo on like painting, but painting's amazing.
Yes,
but
we
like,
love our artists.
Music. Yeah. We love artists. But with music, it's very I'm sure you agree. It can be very personal. Like, it's sharing like a piece of it's a piece of your soul almost. So I mean, that's where I'm at, and I'll grow the band as it needs to, but like, I do want to make it more multimedia. I got inspired by a Ginger Root show recently.
Ginger Root?
Yeah, great indie artist. Actually, I don't know if he's signed, but he acts like an indie artist. He basically makes all his own art. He does a lot of multimedia stuff like that. But he did a show at the Fremont and Slow recently, and that inspired me.
Ginger Root, come on the show. Let's talk about it. Crazy.
Yeah.
It's insane.
He's on tour right now.
Is he on tour?
He's on tour right now, so yeah, maybe you can catch him between shows. But.
Ginger Root, we've done this many times. We're doing it right now with Cooper. We've done this from Sweden. We've done this from Australia. We've done it from all over the world. Yeah. Ginger Root, if you want to come on the show, look how easy it is. Cooper's making it look easy. Crazy.
He's a way more talented. I mean, if you have him on, you have to bring me back on. That's how it works, right? Like, I want to meet him.
Hey, we'd love to have you, my friend. This is your home now. Oh man, crazy.
Anyway, I can ramble about all this like all day. Like, I think once you get something out there, it's like getting a new tattoo. You want to keep getting more, you know?
Oh,
that's
how
I feel right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
This is what I see happen is that you kept it simple. You did your own thing. And this is a lesson for the young musicians that are listening out there that are like, I need to make it sound like this. I need it to be like this so that I could be like that guy. Cooper just grabbed his guitar and started writing some songs. That's bottom line. He made some songs, some great lyrics, ran into some people, and it seems like he's the type of guy that just will, like, people will just run into Cooper. And so pretty soon you had Sterling that was on one aisle, and pretty soon the guy in the engineering downstairs is going to come and tell Cooper that he's like an amazing flautist or something like that, and he's going to play the flute for him. So you never know where this Mystic Bridge band is going to go. But you guys play shows all over up there, right?
We just started kicking off shows because we finally solidified a drummer, but we're playing a winery castle in 2 weeks, and then we already have a December show booked at Sensoria, which is this light show winery. Up here, wineries are very like a big deal in Paso Robles. It's kind of like the new Napa. Yeah, so that's kind of our route right now. Is we're kind of picking shows based off of what seems fun, like what seems like a really rad venue to do. Like, I want to do some underground stuff too. Like, there's some cool like basement style venues that are just like, you have to find the secret Instagram that has the location.
Hell yeah, like a rave.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, or like punk shows, metal shows, stuff like that. I've been kind of getting because of my friends, but the whole thing about like just picking up a guitar, like I think that's it, man. Like we were talking about local stuff. Like, I've been meeting a lot more local artists lately, and it's really interesting. I don't know if you've seen this through your interviews, but I'll listen to like their music ahead of time, and then I'll meet them, and it's very fascinating how who they are comes out in the music. Where when I meet them, I'm kind of not super surprised about like aspects about them and who they are. Like I'll meet like uh, an artist who has some apprehensions, and I can hear that in the song.
Right.
And then I meet them in person, and it's really fascinating. So like as you interview more people, it's like I encourage you to like pay attention to that, because like I think it's fascinating, like seeing either people's like honesty or even like the ways that they're holding back comes out in the music, which we're human, we're flawed. Like that's great. Like I think that's really cool.
100%, dude.
So I don't know if you've had that experience, or
Yes.
like I don't know what you've discovered. Like you interview people, if you've had like epiphanies about
That
all
is
this kind of stuff.
exactly. You almost basically described the show, bro. Like what we try to do here. So if you're just listening to if you're just discovering the show, if you're listening right now and you're just discovering the Race Slaves radio show, this show's about passion. So we number one, find out what their passion is, whether it's music, whether it's cooking, whatever it is they do, and then the questions are really about them and their person, because you're exactly right. When somebody is a guitar player, and I've seen exactly what you're talking about, they express themselves through the guitar. The way they talk, the things that they could not say to anybody else, and even when they got in an argument, or they were talking, maybe they're talking, they couldn't talk to their wife, or they can't communicate. The only way they communicate is through their guitar. And it's the same way when I meet Peruvian painter or any painter, and they're painting with a brush. They're not the guy at the party that's like me, like, oh, I mean, yeah. These guys are chill. They're unique individuals. They're almost like internal a lot. Internal. A lot of them are internal thinkers, and they create these beautiful canvases and these beautiful paintings, and that's how they communicate. And it can get frustrating at times. There are bands that come here and they still can't even talk. Most of them are 98% have done fine, but there's that 2%. Even when you sit them here, they can't talk. I have to pull it out of them.
Talking is very hard, to be fair.
Yeah. Talking is an art form itself. So I have to pull it out of them because they're not used to that. They're used to being behind a microphone. Even it's crazy. My cousin used to be like, "Why are you so shy?" But then when you're on stage, you can play in front of a bunch of people. I'm like, I don't know. It's something about like, and I'm super shy still, but you're a podcast, you're like, you're on YouTube, you're on YouTube. Like, I don't know why I can talk to like this live and in front of 1,000 people. But when I meet you, I'm like, I don't know. That's an artist thing. That's what Cooper understands. That's what Shelby Knight understands. That's what Danny Boy understands. That's what all the guitarists I've had on the show understand. And I love that this is that place for you guys to express yourselves.
Thank you, man. Like I think I get passionate talking about stuff that like other people are passionate about. Like if you were to tell me like a great place to get some barbecue in LA, or
from us,
or great like burrito,
me and my friends,
like, but what's up?
We cook it, so you get it from us.
Oh hell yeah! No, I that inspires me to be like better at what I'm doing. Like it's all like it all leads into each other. Like I watched David Bowie's Moon Age Daydream, this like documentary experience on HBO Max.
I gotta watch it with my daughter.
It came out this year, and it's a great like emotional experience. But even that, watching like a new film that comes out, or like, for me, sometimes it's even YouTubers. Like there's these YouTubers putting out music every like week. You're like, how do I be like? It's so inspiring. And even these local slow artists, they're so nice. Slow is the acronym for San Luis Obispo. But I realize that's confusing for some people.
They're not slow.
But
they're not slow. They're San Luis Obispo.
I'm a little slow as a person, but I'm working on it.
That's awesome.
No, it's just feeling that energy is what makes you feel alive as like a human, and connecting with that. Like I just I don't know, life's too short for me to be boring. I've had the, from the spine surgery and other things going on in my life, it's just you're just reminded life is too short to waste. So like might as well make some cool art and meet some cool friends and talk about it with people. That's why I'm here. I wouldn't be here if I didn't think this would be worth my time. So like, I really I appreciate you having me on.
100%, man. Thank you for coming on. I don't want to do any more because what you just said is a perfect tag to the end of the show. So, dude, are you guys are crazy hip? You're funky. You're hippies. When are you guys coming down to LA? Because there's a bunch of hippies down there here that they would love to hear you.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking with Deefer, who's this. She does a small podcast and has her own music too in LA.
Cool.
I'm talking to her about like where I should play, and I'm gonna probably come down in November. So like, I'll definitely hit you up if anything comes up.
Yeah,
I would love to play in LA. Like, Slow's just a hop and a skip away above Santa Barbara. But if you're ever in Slow, like, dude, come try out the food and make content about it. Like in Slow, it's a really cool area. So
no, when I go to Slow, you're taking me around. We're going live on YouTube all over the city with Mystic Fridge.
And go to the arcade. I have a couple records there. You can try to break my records.
Oh, hell yeah. Nobody's going to beat your... By the way, he has a Pac-Man record in Slow that nobody's going to beat the record for Pac-Man.
Some guy might. There's a guy here who's like 15th in the world in Miss Pac-Man. He might be me.
Ooh, he's there?
Yeah, he's here.
He's your Mike Tyson.
The music scene in San Luis Obispo is up and coming, though. Like, we're trying to keep it together. It is a college town. It's expensive to live here, but the music scene is alive and well. We've got a music festival called Shebang. If you had any other artists on here, the main one I would recommend to you, I don't know if you've been requested, but Gary Gniffin. You know who that is? The rapper?
Oh, yeah, I've had him on the show. He's been on the show. Yeah, Gary's been on the show.
Oh, he's been on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, he's music's fantastic. I was like checking him out, and his album, Mr. Irrelevant, is crazy.
Yes.
Anyway. But definitely check out more San Luis Obispo artists. If you don't mind, can I do a plug real quick before we...
Please.
We head out.
You have the floor.
Basically, we have a new single, Confetti, out on Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Music, Amazon Music, all that good stuff. Right now, we're almost to 3,000 listens in the first week, which is crazy. I'm watching like a counter right now, and it keeps going up even while we're on this call. So
wow.
Thank you for that.
That's what happens to Raise Slaves.
Follow on Instagram, Mystic Fridge Music, on Spotify, so you can catch up on new releases. But thanks so much for having me on. I know I'm not the usual type of music you maybe have on here, but I really appreciate it.
No, absolutely. I want to get more of this type of music on. How's Griffin, by the way, the producer? Does if I had him on, would he talk?
Dude, he's the... I don't say this about everybody. He is one of the sweetest people I've ever met in my life. And
nice.
I would love to hear him interviewed. He's been on a bunch of podcasts, so I don't see why not.
Ask him, dude. He produced Shelby. He produced you. I hear this guy's name constantly from all the musicians up there.
He's a good producer. He probably would link you up with a lot of really great artists that nobody knows about, which is a crime. So
they should all come on. If you know them, tell them to hit me up.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks so much for popping in. You come in anytime. When you're in the area, come in the studio live. And if you have your guitar, what we should do is just if we don't do a sit down, we could do like a live on my phone and have you just play live on YouTube. That'd be sick, right?
I think I'm not kidding, man. If you come up to San Luis Obispo, I'll buy you lunch and we'll go to some of the places Guy Fieri just stopped by.
What? Hell yeah! We'll go to Flavor Town, baby. Flavor Town.
Yeah.
Guy Fieri's my favorite. Awesome, guys. Thanks so much for coming in. Cooper, Mystic Fridge is the band. You guys got the Instagram right there. Guys, thanks for listening. Fire in the chat. Juice gang, Juice gang, the gang, my friends. Say bye to the Mystic Fridge cat right there. Juice gang, my friends. Stay thirsty, not dangerous. Have a great one.